Can you hear me? Hello?
What's up?
Hey, what's good? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Doing all right.
How can I help you?
I'm pulling up stream 1 second. I th
Another Kaiser. What is this Kaiser gang? Oh, nice IGN by
what-
the way. What the hell?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said nice IGN by the way.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but it was the other day. I think you were just on like some mule and I came and was just doing like dailies. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was Choo Choo.
Oh, I might have been on my CM then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of
And
pog.
yeah, so I recently just got back into the game and was just I think it's been like 2 years playing just different MMOs. And I wanted to learn like what was new about the game. So your stream was like the first one I found. So I've just been watching your stream a lot and trying to learn as much as I could.
I appreciate that, man. Hopefully I've
So
helped you somewhat.
timing on this review though, man. I see this guy. He's like a 274 Kaiser, just cracked as fuck. Like
I mean, he's not even
you're like,
60k, so
yeah. I mean, I don't even compare to that. So, but like
it's
not
all
even in the
good.
same universe. But yeah, like
It's
I
all
kind
good.
of just came back to the game. I'm not like my playtime is kind of low. I usually only can get on for like maybe 2 to 3 hours a day at most. But the thing I'm most confused about like is just like the order of stuff that because I see a lot about like Legion and FAMs and all this other stuff that talk to a lot of other people about when it comes to account reviewing. But yeah, I just don't know like what I should actually do
Mm-hmm.
with my gear and what I should do like in order of operations because I know I should, get my Legion up and other shit like that, but I don't really know like what's best to do first.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So in terms of familiars, like you don't like. I'm gonna just make it clear, like you don't gotta worry about that for a long time. Um,
Okay.
Generally, like the reason people talk about familiar so much is just because it's such a frustrating system. So it's just like a talking point. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, like you don't get FAMs until you're 230 in Moras technically. But even then, at 230 and even 240 and like Asphera like 250, all those levels, like generally you breeze by those levels so fast that you don't even get that many FAMs from those areas. You really start getting a lot of FAMs once you're 250 because you're going to be in those higher level areas for a really long time because the EXP rate is so slow.
Okay.
But so basically, like whenever you do get FAMs, like when you're in Moras and Asphera, um, just just get them to Epic and like don't even worry about uniques. But that's like long term. I wouldn't worry about it. But
Okay.
since you're only 225 at the moment, um, two things that I would highly prioritize are getting to 235 just so you could unlock your all your symbols and you could start doing all your dailies. You're not like ever behind on any symbols,
Yeah.
and doing Legion as much as you can. Cause
Okay.
Legion helps you out more than like any piece of gear early on, and it helps all your other characters out as well when you're training your Legion. So
Okay.
those are like the highest priorities.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I played during like the meta when um like Kana was basically just Kana had like Kishin and it
Mhm.
was just broken as hell. And I can't remember what the map was, but it was like some map where I think you were just like level 140 and you would just go there to farm Meso.
Yeah. Bye
So
bye
I
station.
had yeah, that was the
Mhm.
one I think. And I have like a Kana mule that's terrible like geared, but has like full Meso gear and but it just really under geared. So but
Yeah.
I just don't like Kana, so I kind of just abandoned the character.
No, you should
And
abandon it. It's pretty much useless at this point. Like having like a 140, 150 Kana with Meso, like it doesn't do much. I'll be honest.
yeah,
Even if you level it up, it's just like a relic of the past. Doesn't even matter anymore.
yeah, exactly. And my current gear, like I played when badges were around, so I do have a badge, and I was seeing that like, oh, badges don't exist anymore. Like,
Yeah, you're basically end game.
so yeah, and I actually have a fake abso as well. Like this is like I think from an event a really long time ago, like a login event.
What
So
the hell? And it came with attack lines?
I think it came with legendary potential, and I think I cubed it a little bit and got like two attack lines on it.
Wait, can you
So
start?
so look, you see how it says unable to enhance underneath the IED line. So if I take it
Oh,
off,
wow. What the hell?
let me see.
That's
I try
quite the
and put
rare
this
item you
thing.
have there.
This item cannot be.
Whoa. That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so I have fake abso, and recently I just got the shoes and shoulders from just doing the weeklies, and I think I got a carry for the shoes, but got the shoulder from just doing the weeklies, and yeah, I'm pretty like just new to like this new version of
Mm-hmm.
Maple Store. It seems so different now. Like
It is.
I
It
think
is.
the highest like I remember I think the highest place you could go to when I played before was like Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Moras was just coming out, but I don't know like what any of this stuff is, and uh all these new bosses too, like Saren and Julieta and just all these other bosses. Black Mage was not around when I was playing, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I have a pretty good idea like where you're from. Um, yeah. So all the extra areas like it's basically the same. Like it's just like every 5 levels you reach a new area, you get a symbol
yep.
until 235. That's the last symbol.
Okay.
240, 245, 250, 255. You don't get any symbols, but those maps are like super good to train at,
Hmm.
and that's when you start getting like a ton of fams. So, but
Okay.
but yeah. So the thing about gear at this point is a lot of it is like just locked by dailies. Like Golux is
Yeah.
just it's all just dailies. Like you just gotta wait until eventually you get the 4 set. Um,
Yeah.
have you done Princess No Prequest yet?
I don't think so. So I remember I think no, it was Ranmaru that I did before, but I did Ranmaru like a long time ago before it had a prequest, so I was confused why I couldn't actually go to it. So I don't think I've
Mm-hmm.
done this prequest. I literally just recently did Lotus prequest. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been like just trying to get on top of everything. But no, I have not done this. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do for it, but
Okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, it should just be a light bulb quest, right? Like that you could
mhm.
start and complete. Takes around like 30 minutes to do this request. You should do it, and the reason being is you get your Princess No secondary, which is
Oh,
the
okay.
best in slot one. Like it's better than the Frozen one. Your Frozen one
Yeah.
isn't bad, so like you could use it for a long time until you get an upgraded P No one. And then
Okay.
it also can drop Kana's treasure, which is a Star Forceable ring that's actually like really good.
Oh yeah,
So
I've seen that ring before. I didn't know where to get it. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so you
I
could
also have the
start like
synergy ring
replacing.
too.
Mm-hmm.
This is from a long
Uh,
time ago too.
yeah, I mean they come back, but yeah, synergy rings are good. In terms of your gear, the first thing that I would make is Meso and drop gear. Do you know about that?
Yes, but that's what I'm also confused about. I don't know which one to make first. So I understand there's like Meso and drop, but I don't know what's like I guess more important to get first, Meso or drop gear.
Okay,
Um,
so I'll explain how it works, right? So Meso and drop they come in 20% amounts, right? Each potential line,
yeah.
and you need a total of 100% Meso on your equips. And that's the
Okay.
max. Like if you have like 7 lines of Meso, meaning 140%, like it doesn't go over 100. So all you need is
Okay. I
five
didn't know that.
lines.
That's cool.
Yeah, all you need is 5 lines on your accessories. Your accessories being your rings, your pendants, your face, eye, and earring. Those 9 items are
Yep.
able to roll Meso and drop. And so you just need 5 lines in whatever combination. Like let's say you get super lucky and your earrings rolled like 3 lines of Meso. Like there you go. That's 3 lines right there. So you only need 2 more. But
Yeah.
that's likely not gonna happen. The most likely situation is you just have 1 line of Meso on 5 equips, and that'll
Hmm.
put you at 100. So meaning you
Okay.
have 4 items left because there's 9 accessories. That means those 4 items you roll drop on them. So you have 80% drop, and that's like the standard like starter Meso drop gear. And
Okay.
the drop caps out at 200%, so 10 lines of drop. But the more drop you get, the more diminishing returns it is. So like you want to just start off with like 80, so 4 lines of drop. And then longer term, you want to upgrade that to like 140%. So you're gonna have to start going for like double lines, but you don't gotta really worry about that for a while. But if you're
Okay.
able to just get 100% Meso and 80% drop, that's like you're set for like a really long time. And the reason you need both is because the Meso bag itself is not 100% drop rate from a mob. You need at least 67% drop. But since there's 9 items, you just get 4 of them to drop and 5 of them to Meso, and then that'll allow you to uh, get a Meso bag from every single mob.
Oh, yeah, I actually didn't know that. So
Yeah, and
that's
it'll
not
it'll increase
100%.
your rate so much. Like as you're training, like you'll make way more money
Okay,
and nodes.
that's cool. Yeah, and so I understand there's like cube sales. How often? What's like the difference between I guess cube sale and DMT? Because I know there's like DMT as well. Um, like is that like the same thing? Cube sale happens during a DMT, or are those like two separate events that happen?
Okay, so DMT and cube sale used to be the same thing. Like it
Mm,
used to be every time there was a DMT, the cubes would also be on sale. But at this point, they're separate things now. So DMT is
okay.
just for tiering up. So there's no special like, there's no like rates increase for like lines. There's no like, uh, sale on the cubes. It's literally just tier up chance gets doubled. So it's like
Okay.
whatever. DMT's like not that important. But cube sales are pretty rare. They generally only happen like twice a year. Uh, the one of them usually always happens around Black Friday, so late November, and the other one is usually like around Maple Anniversary, so like May-ish. So kind of like every 6 months they happen. So but the thing about making Meso drop gear is generally you want to do it right away. You don't want to wait for a cube sale. Cube sale is more so for people that are going for like really expensive things, and they could
Okay.
get like a big deal out of it. But for somebody like in your position, nothing is really relatively that expensive, so you could kind of just buy cubes whenever you want.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was like unsure about too, whether or not to save as much meso as I can for like one of those events and then
Mhm.
try and get the dropper meso gear. But so like I have a bunch of stuff at Unique, but uh back then like the only big like event for I guess tearing up was DMT. There was I don't even remember there being cube sales back then. So
Mhm.
I would just wait for like DMTs to roll around and that's how I got like the full meso gear on the con at the time. But yeah, I just wasn't sure like which order to do it in. So, and what kind of equips do you normally put like meso drop like lines on? Just like Gollux gear or like they also have this greed pendant. I don't know how useful that is anymore. And
Okay, so the greed pendant, like, it says it has bonus 20% drop rate, right? But
yeah,
that drop rate only applies to equips. So meaning like pentaliers, symbols, and like pitch boss from really hard bosses down the line. So it doesn't
okay,
actually apply to like Meso bags or like droplets or nodes or anything like that. So that 20% isn't really that important for like training,
hmm,
but it's good for like when you're killing bosses. Um, so generally, like you don't want to. You could turn that into drop gear, but it's more for training. But since it's only 5 stars and like the stats are kind of shit, like
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
that good for training. But your equips right now can actually be like really good Meso drop gear. So for example, like
okay,
your superior ring, you should keep that as damage because sup ring is really important towards the 4 set Golux. But
yeah,
your 2 event rings and that reinforced ring, you could turn it into a Meso drop gear. If you want to keep the reinforced ring as damage, that's fine. You could use one of your silver blossom rings as Meso drop gear as well, and that should be good. And then if you get a Kana's treasure, you could use that. So let's say for your rings, you use your two event rings, your silver blossom ring, and a reinforced ring for now. You could also alternatively get the treasure John's ring, which is I'm not sure, you might not know how to get it, but it's really really fast, and it's a ring that you could start up to 15, and you could potential it. So it's actually not bad for like Meso drop gear.
okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is, so I had to get it.
How about, yeah, we could you could do the quest as I'm telling you about it. So just go
Okay,
to New Leaf City because it's actually a really short quest line. It's like killing like 400 mobs and that's it,
okay.
or NLC.
How do you? Oh yeah, here it is. Forget that's the dimensional portal.
Talk to Leela Lawless right there.
Okay.
Uh,
It's funny. I remember I have a Night Lord on the same account,
uh-huh.
and I did like all the quests back then to get like the Balanced Furies when it was really annoying to do.
Uh-huh.
And
Wait, no, don't talk to him.
on
Go
this one.
back. Yeah.
Okay.
It might be the mayor you have to talk to. Talk to the mayor on the right.
Only dialogue. Okay.
That guy.
Okay.
See if she has a different quest now. No, she doesn't. Yikes. I feel like you might have started this a long time ago by
Yeah,
accident.
I don't know.
Yeah, cause I'm not like not seeing the quests. But see what he says.
Just holding down interact.
Oh yeah, now
Okay,
talk to
there we
her.
go.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
How long does this quest normally take? Like 10
It's like
minutes?
maybe like 5 minutes. It's like
Oh
really
wow.
short. Yeah. Okay, you're talking to like her on the right now. You're like in her range, yeah. Street
Yeah.
sweeping, yep. Do this quest. It's 200. So go to the world map. Open your world map, and it's one. Yeah, that right there. And just kill 200 mobs. And then it's just gonna be that for 3 maps. You're just gonna kill mobs. But basically, okay. So as you're killing the mobs, um, so your 2 penance, are they both what, reinforced?
Yes.
Yeah,
They
so
are both
you could
reinforced.
use those as your Meso drop gear as well, because they both get replaced by actual like damage gear. So suppering and like a dominator pendant, for example. So like the the reason being you use your reinforce is because when you're making Meso drop gear, you want to use items that are not necessarily like best in slot for damage, but they're still not like shit items. So reinforce is like actually really good because they could
Or
still be
Meso drop?
starred. Yeah, they could still be
Okay.
starred to like high stars and you could get like decent pots on them, but they're not quite best in slot for damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so those 2 penance are fine. Your face and I saw you have Sweetwater monocle and tattoo.
Yep.
Um, you could just use the Zac face and eye, or if you have a black bean mark, you could just use that as well from
Is
Chaos
Black
Monkey.
Bean from? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I don't. I've
Yeah,
never gotten one of those before.
yeah. So you could use just the Zac face and eye, and then your earrings. If you have reinforced earrings, just use those.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. I actually have Superior, but I have a solid one. I may even have. No, I don't think I have reinforced.
Okay. Well, if you don't wanna, cause I mean, getting reinforced is kind of easy. You just keep running Helix, and then you'll get one eventually. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you're done with this quest now. But yeah, you could use your reinforced ring. Um, I mean reinforced earring when you get it. But if not, it's completely fine. You could use like the D-Sidus earring from Horntail as well.
Okay. Cool. What about the Hilla earring?
Yeah, that's fine too. You could
Because
use it if you want. They're like the same as the D-Sidus. Like they're both just like free earrings to get pretty much.
yeah, they're exactly the same, I think. Okay. That's cool. So the superior ones I should probably save for damage.
Yeah.
I noticed because I guess they changed the shop and like the way the coins look for Golix, but I didn't know you could get like the pendants till recently in the shop.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
could
think
get
back when they were
everything in the
just
shop
drops.
now.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You could get everything in the shop now, and it's not just like one of each. Before you could only buy one. Now you could just buy as many as you want as long as you have the coins.
Yeah, that's dope. Because back then that was like, oh, if you blew up like the superior like
Illuminati, thank you for the
accessory, then
follow.
you were just screwed. Like remake your
Yeah,
character.
literally, people would do that.
Yeah,
Once
it's
a week,
crazy.
yeah, you can only buy one a week. Like, let's say you buy a sub pendant, it's out for the week, and then you have to buy another one next week. But the thing is, like, at least you could rebuy them, and it's super expensive. It's 700 coins, so it takes like a month to
Yeah,
get one.
yeah, that's tough. Okay. Yeah, I can't do Helix yet at my,
Yeah, that's all good. Can
but
you get carried it every day or no?
you can do that every day.
Yeah, you can run Helix every day.
Okay, 'cause Yeah, I don't know if I can get carries every day. I mean, I'm in a guild right now where I've gotten a few carries before, but yeah, I don't know too many people that like are too high level and stuff to carry me on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well yeah, hopefully you could meet more people. Maybe people in chat, like sometimes they offer Helix if you're around. Just tag along for coins or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. So, but yeah, I mean you could do hard Golux as well. You probably could already do it if you can't do Helix yet. Hard Golux meaning you have to kill one of the body parts.
Yeah, yeah, I've done hard Galax before, but what's like, is it a big difference between Helix and hard Galax for like the amount of coins that drop
I
in the
think
drop?
hard drops like between 15 to 20, then hell drops like 25.
Kill boomers.
Yep, you have to kill boomers. Someone in chat is offering you Helix at channel 10 if you want.
Oh,
If
dope.
you haven't ran yet today.
Yeah, I have not. I have not run anything yet.
Got you, got you.
I'll go right now.
Yeah, there you go. Go channel 10.
Thank you, person in chat. I don't have chat open right now, so I can't see who it is, but
Yeah, views X in chat.
thank you, views.
But yeah, so you actually have you pretty much have all the Meso and drop equips. Like you already have them. You just
Okay.
need to cube them. So I would spend your money on that.
Bless you.
Thank you. That 2 bill you have, is that all your money?
Yeah, I might have some spread out among other characters, but I have to check. I probably have maybe like 3 bill, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, it's not bad. Meso drop gear isn't too expensive. Like maybe like 3 to 5 bill, you could probably get it done,
Yeah.
and it'll pay itself back like super fast. Just about training. IA, yeah, that's a good point for your inner ability. What's your inner ability right now?
It's attack speed. Yeah.
Wait, does
And
Kaiser
buff
need
skill.
attack speed?
I think so. I saw the other dude had it as well.
Cause one attack speed 38 buff is actually really good. Um, basically you only need your third line left, and your third line would be Meso. Like if you get Meso, just keep that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get when there was, I think, the Sunny Sunday. So I did just get this. I think there was like a Sunday where it was half off, rerolls. Am I supposed to go in like with him? I have no idea how this
No,
works.
you could just AFK here, legit.
Oh, okay. That's dope. Okay, that was fast. Holy shit.
Yep.
I don't know how this works now
Yeah, you
from
just
this
stay
point
on the
on.
rope. Yeah, you just stay on the
Okay.
rope. Stay
Okay.
on the rope, he's gonna break it, and then if he doesn't need drops, you could probably take them. But if he does, then he loses first, right? So
Got it.
you
Oh, yeah, I
guys
saw
can take
you
the turns
follow
over
me
there.
as well on, I think, Twitter it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was looking at who follows me, and I'm like, yeah, I should like follow people back. So
Thanks, man. I appreciate the follow back.
I got you.
So,
I gotta use Twitter more. I'm not used to it.
no, I barely I don't use Twitter like to tweet on it. I normally just browse it to see what other people are talking about.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So nothing really dropped that crazy. So you could just like loot everything.
Okay. Yeah. What was that? A cracked? Oh, a solid. Okay.
Yeah. So um, let me ask you, why do you keep your solids?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Um, before playing this MMO, I played an MMO where like, well, it's also another Korean MMO, and it was just like you wouldn't like get rid of anything basically because like almost everything you got was useful in some way like towards your character progression. So like whether you could like break it down or so I'm just not sure what to throw away and keep
Uh-huh.
basically. So I'd rather just not throw away things than throw it out and find out later that I needed that, you know? So
Okay.
that's pretty much the reason why I've just kept like a lot of different like this is why I have like eight of these Sweetwater things. Like back then I remember Sweetwater being important, so I just don't know like whether or not I should keep them. I don't remember them being easy to get, so I'm like, why do I have eight of them already? I don't know. But
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, that's pretty much the reasoning why I keep everything.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if nobody tells you what not to keep, then you won't know what not to keep. All right. So after this quest, go right. You don't need to do any more quests. You're done.
Oh, nice.
There should be a shop right there, NSC coin shop. Get the first item, the ring.
Oh, 15 star. That's nice.
Yeah, so you could use that as Meso drop gear, and that'll replace your reinforced ring, and then the silver blossom ring will replace your superior ring. And then those four rings, two event rings, treasure John and silver blossom, that's your Meso drop gear.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know about this, so
Yep. And now you could use your sup ring and your reinforced ring because those are actually best in slot rings. Um, you could
cool.
use those two rings for damage, and then Kana's treasure for damage, and then whatever other ring you get in the future for also for damage. Could be a
Like
solid ring.
how difficult is like Princess No? Is that something I need to get carried on, or is that something I'd be able to do at this
You
like level?
probably should get carried. You technically probably could already do it. It'll just take a really long time. And since you don't have any drop gear, the chance to get a ring will be super low. So you want to get carried by somebody who has drop gear so they could actually like get you a ring.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so you want to cube that at some point, right? For Meso drop gear.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
another thing is I'll tell you what items you can and can't keep. So anything solid you don't keep. It's useless. And the reason being is solid long term when you're starring your superior belt, obviously you know superior is like the best version. Um
Hmm.
long term when you're starring your superior belt, you do you know about like transferring stars between equips?
Yeah, somewhat. I've seen like in the past people would transfer stars to their Sweetwater like accessories.
Uh-huh.
But that's pretty much all I know about that. So I don't know too much about transferring stars,
All right, I
and when
got you.
not to do that.
I got you. So basically, items have levels, right? So like that's a level 125 ring. Your
Yeah.
apps is a level 160. So you could transfer stars between items that have a 10 level difference. So
Hmm.
um, your superior ring is level 150, right? And
Yeah.
your reinforced ring is level 140. Meaning, if you get your reinforced ring to like, like it's 11 stars right now. If you're able to transfer those stars to the sup ring at the cost of losing your reinforced ring. But the thing is,
Yeah.
when you transfer stars, the new item is one less star than the original. So if you were
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
transfer that reinforced to your sup, the sup would be 10 stars. But at least it got 10 stars for quote in quotation marks free, right?
Hmm.
So the reason this is important is because certain items they're really hard to get, but the item that you could transfer stars from is really easy to get. And one of those items being superior belt. Superior belt is really hard to get, but reinforced belt and even those gold clover pink bean belts on the right, they're 140. Meaning you could transfer stars from those to the superior belt.
Oh.
So
So
instead of risking it all on the sub belt, you could risk it all on those items that are way more common, and you could transfer the stars from those.
so you could get like this to like 22 or whichever amount of stars is best to get it to, I guess, before transferring, and then just put that over to a superior belt.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what people do. Like my inventory,
Oh.
if you've ever seen it in game, is literally just full of belts because I'm just
Okay.
saving as many as I can for when I do star my belt to 22
Got
and
it.
I'm gonna transfer it. But yeah,
And which
so
ones do you save? Like these golden clover ones or
yeah,
like
so I save the golden
reinforced?
clover and reinforced because they both
Mhm.
act as the same way. They're both a 140 belt. Like what kind of belt it is doesn't even matter.
Okay.
All that matters is that it's level 140 and it's able to be 22'd. And the
Got it.
reason you don't keep solid, because solid is 130, right? So like
Oh,
you could transfer solid to reinforce and then transfer the reinforce to the sup. But the solid only goes to 20 stars. It doesn't go to 22. So
yeah, I
that's
see
why
that.
people get
Okay.
rid of solid, because the transferring is only really good if you could go to 22.
Okay. I didn't know that. So
Yeah, so basically
I'm
solid is
learning.
useless for that reason.
All right. Goodbye, solids.
Yeah, and
Done.
things
Cool.
like your Sweetwater, like Sweetwater is
Yep.
irrelevant gear. Like none of it matters. You don't need any of those weapons at all.
Oh, this stuff. Okay.
It's all irrelevant, those weapons.
Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, it's just inventory space.
Yep.
They
Things
drop so
like,
often too. I was like, because I remember them being extremely rare back then.
yeah, they were. Back then, Sweetwaters were the meta as well. It was like you just ran CPQ and Voyages every day to just hopefully get something.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so those accessories you get from bosses like every day, like H-Mag, like Magnus Shoulder,
Yep.
Horntail, Pendant, Ring, you don't necessarily need them. Now that you have an Absol Shoulder, like the Magnus Shoulder is useless.
Yeah.
You don't need any of them anymore. Um,
Okay.
and then those extra earrings, ring, and pendant, they're okay, but you don't need that many of them because you could get those items every day basically. Like if you really
Yeah.
want, you could just run the boss every day. So I would just
That's
keep
true.
one because you're gonna turn one into Meso drop. So a Horntail, you don't need those either because you have the double reinforce that you could turn into Meso drop gear.
Okay. Yeah. And
Same with the Hilla earrings or Decidus. You just pick one and then use that as Meso drop, and then you could get rid of all the rest.
okay. How much do flames matter at this stage in the game for my progression as well? Because I do see like a lot of stuff will come with good flames.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one thing I also don't understand too much about is the whole flaming because that was not even like
It wasn't
thing
a thing.
back
Yeah,
when.
there were no flames back
It
then.
was it was like it was either brand new or it basically didn't exist back when I played.
Yeah, well, flaming came out here in 2018 in the summer, so
Okay.
yeah. But so basically flames. So as you know, there's three ways to enhance your gear, right? Starring, flames, and cubes.
Yeah.
Um, Highest priority is always stars. Like stars will give you the most amount of damage for the money, then cubes, then flames. So at this point in the game, you basically don't worry about flames like at all. Basically, any amount of strength that you have, particularly flat strength, not necessarily percent, is very, very valuable for you. And the reason being is if you have a lot of percent, but you have a very low base, it doesn't even scale. Like you need to have a
Yeah.
high base for the percent to scale better, right? So,
Okay. Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
yeah, so you need like for example, like that tattoo that you have has no flame on it, right?
Yeah.
Essentially no flame. Like int and one attack is
Yeah,
basically
and one
nothing.
attack.
Yeah. So if you were to reflame it, just get any amount of strength and that's it and call it. Because flames are incredibly expensive for like very, very low gains. So you don't
Yeah.
want to like go too hard on them. You want to save all your money for star forcing. Because star
Okay.
forcing give you the most out of your money.
And how do you get flames normally? Like
You
what
can
is the
buy
process
flames.
for that? Oh, okay, from just from
And
like the cash
any
shop.
general store, no. Any general store has flames for
Oh,
9.5 mil mesos. Well, maybe not that
okay.
store,
Yeah,
but
that okay.
generally people either go to like Leafree or Henny or whatever, like general store. You could
Got
buy
it. Got
flames.
it.
You could also get flames from like killing emobs or killing daily bosses that'll give you free flames. And events. Events have a lot of flames. Do you
Okay.
know like the difference between uh, the types of flames?
No, I don't.
All right.
I've seen
So
Eternal.
yeah.
I think that might be the highest, but yeah, I've never really like looked too much into flaming before and like what's necessarily like best. I've been learning just by watching like your streams basically. So I
Mhm.
like see like 7% like all stat and stuff like that is good. But
Yeah, there you go. Powerful reboot flame at the top. Rebirth
oh,
flame
at the
at the top.
top. Okay.
Yeah. So like that's how you buy flames. Basically, you could buy as many as you want. They're just 9.5 mil each. But I wouldn't spend too much money on flames. Yeah.
Okay. And which equips are like best to flame like initially?
Okay.
Um
So, all right. Yeah. So, you know how in our server GMS we have like exclusive items that KMS doesn't have, the Korean server.
no.
Okay. Okay.
I don't. I
Then
don't.
I'll rewind even further. So we play on a different version of MapleStory than the Korean server. The Korean server
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
we're like
original one, right?
behind. Mhm.
Yeah. And so with that, we have some exclusive items that the Korean server doesn't have, such as Sweetwater and Golux equips, right? Like the Korean server doesn't have
They
those
don't
at
have
all.
those.
Yeah, they don't have it at all. It's not even in the game. So those
What?
items particularly have really shit flames because they're not part of the KMS like balancing system basically. So if you
Okay.
notice, like all your Golux items and your Sweetwaters, they have very very low flames because they just weren't designed the same. But
Okay.
versus like CRA and Absols, like they have like really high flames because they're part of the KMS game, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm
Okay.
trying to
That's
say
interesting.
is you want to flame those items rather than your Golux and your Sweetwater because they have a higher ceiling.
Okay. So they can basically get just better flames in general.
Yeah. Mhm.
That
And
makes sense.
so the way flaming works, this gets a little complicated. You don't necessarily need to know all the details, but basically red flames are like the baseline flame. That's like just like the normal default
But
ass
you can't
flame,
even flame
right?
this.
Yeah, you can. Red flames are like the basic like default flame, and
Okay.
eternal flames you can't buy them. But you could get them from events or like bosses. They're like rare, but to keep it simple, eternal flames have a higher chance of getting something better. Like that's
Okay.
just like a very simple way to understand it. And then there very very rarely like through events you could get black flames. And the way black flames works is it's like a black cube where it doesn't re-roll it. It gives you the option, keeping your before and after flame.
Gotcha. And can you flame rings as
No, you
well?
can't. You can't flame
Okay.
rings. You could only flame your armors. So like your CRA, your Apsos, your glove shoe cape, and
Okay.
your
I
earring
also have
pendants and your
these. I
weapon.
don't know how good these are.
I mean they're okay for now. The thing is it gets replaced by Apso, but like uh,
Okay.
they're fine for now, right? So
Got it. Got it. Cool. I'm learning a lot. I'm taking notes literally on like the side of my
yeah,
screen right
I know
now.
it's like it might be overwhelming because there's a lot in this game to know, but like I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it as simple as possible. So
No, it's helping a lot. Thank you.
I got you. Yeah. So back to Meso drop gear because that's like the so to summarize what I'm trying to guide you into doing. Basically 235 for your arcane symbols, right? Just so you
Yeah.
have them all unlocked. You could do all your dailies. You could build your arcane force faster.
Hmm.
Um, Legion and Legion being so important because it'll give you more damage. Legion is one of the very very few things in the game that every hour you put into Legion is direct gains on your account. No backtracking. Whereas other systems, it's all RNG. Legion is just straight up like you will get stronger no matter what. So
Okay.
that's why Legion is so important, and making Meso drop gear. And the reason for Meso drop gear is because as you're training, you don't want to make no money, right? You might as well make money while you're training. So and you get more
Yeah.
nodes, which, as you know, nodes will make you stronger. So
Yeah. I don't my V matrix looks terrible. Like I
yeah, I
don't really
mean, I don't blame
know.
you. Do you know how the whole V matrix system works?
Very loosely. I don't really know too much about like node crafting and like what trinodes I need most on my character
Mm-hmm.
and like how I should go about like doing that. Um I just know I need them. So I did try and level to like unlock more node slots, but um so I am like 225 now, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know too much about it besides it's very important towards your damage.
Okay. All right. So like, I'll explain the V matrix towards you then, for you then. Um, so basically, there's two types of things you could open. Well, technically three. There's three types of things you could open from a node, right? You kill mobs to get nodes, and then with the nodes, you open the node, you could get something in the V matrix, right?
Yeah.
There's three things you could get. You either get a boost node, a skill node, or a special node. So boost nodes are nodes that boost your first through fourth job and your hyper skills, right? It's like a random set of 3 that can boost one of those skills, right?
Okay.
And skill nodes are actual like completely new skills that you have that only get unlocked
Okay.
at 5th
So
gen.
like HS
Yeah,
and
HS, weapon aura,
weapon aura,
your actual
all
like
these.
skill nodes, like your
Okay.
your white clones or whatever,
Oh, okay. So that
Nova
counts
Guardians,
as
like
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are all skill nodes. All the blue ones are skill nodes, the gray ones are boost nodes.
Yeah.
And then very rarely you can get special nodes, which are purple. And
Mm-hmm.
those special nodes, they give you there's a bunch of different kinds, but they basically give you some sort of buff every 30 seconds or every time a certain condition is met, you get some sort of buff. But you don't
Yeah.
really got to worry about special nodes for a really long time. So let's just focus on boost nodes and skill nodes, so the blue ones and the gray ones. So boost nodes is generally where people have confusion on how nodes work. So I don't know off the top of my head what the perfect. Okay, I should go back. So let me go back. So for boost nodes, people want something called a perfect trio, meaning it's a boost node that the 3 skills, those 3 random skills in the boost node, are 3 skills that you use. Like those are all like very useful skills. Because if you noticed, if you click the node crafting button in green, if you notice, a lot of those gray skills are just useless. Like you don't use those skills,
Yeah. Like
right?
just all the beginner ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like when you open a boost node, it's a random set of 3 skills. So you don't want those like shit ones, right? Ideally, like
Yeah.
ideally you
Yeah.
want 3 useful skills. So the 3
Mm-hmm.
useful skills, that's called the perfect trio, and that's what a lot
Yeah.
of people want when they're opening nodes. They want perfect trios so that they
Okay.
don't have some sort of like waste of a slot basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That makes sense.
yeah, but getting those perfect trios can be kind of hard because it's RNG, right? Like what you get in a node. All those purple nodes, don't even worry about them. Those are the special nodes.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it could be hard to get a perfect trio because it's just RNG, right? Like you don't know what kind of combination you're gonna get. I don't know what the
Yeah.
what the trios you want are. Somebody in chat said what they are, but if you're like in the Kaiser Discord or some sort of Kaiser community, like they'll obviously tell you what skills you want. So as you're opening nodes, you want to look out for you want to like go to your nodes and see if you go back to view my nodes on the green, you
Okay.
see those, yeah, so you want to like hover them and see like, oh, are these 3 like skills that I want, for example, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
if you find one that has 3 that you want, then you want to keep that one because it could be useful in the future. And so you see how each one of those boost nodes, there's a first skill, a second skill, and a third skill. It's like top, middle, and bottom, right?
Yeah.
The position actually matters.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it
I
actually
didn't know that.
matters. So the top position is the one that matters the most because that's known as the leading skill in the trio. And what that means is that leading skill, if you have a trio that has 3 useful skills, but the leading skill on both of them is the same, you can't equip both of them. So it has to be in a different order.
Oh, okay. I
So
understand. So like if I had 2 with Gigas Wave at the top, then I couldn't use them both.
exactly.
That makes sense.
That's exactly right. So like those 2 that you have right there at the bottom that
Hmm.
has wing beat, you can't equip those 2 wing beat ones at the same time. Those
Yeah.
2.
Okay. Yeah,
Be-
these 2.
like even though the 3 skills are not all the same, just because they have the same leading one, you can't equip both of them. But what that does mean is if you were to want to upgrade that one, you would have to upgrade it with other nodes that have wing beat as a leading skill only. That's the only way to upgrade them. You have to find trios that also have the same leading skill, then you fuse them in together.
Okay.
So yeah, like let's say you want to upgrade wing beat, the only way to upgrade it is if you open other nodes and they also have wing beat as their leading trio, and then you could fuse them together.
Oh, okay. Okay. And as far as like crafting, is that something I should also I know I have like I think I've disassembled some nodes that I just know I don't need, but I keep most of
Yeah.
them. But
Yeah, so when you craft, you generally want to craft your skill nodes. So the blue
okay.
ones. But
Yeah.
not any boost node, like not any skill node. Like you want to craft the skill nodes that are actually like your Kaiser specific skills. Like all those decent skills at the top, those are like universal for all classes. But generally you want to
Yeah.
craft your Kaiser specific nodes first because um those skills as you're opening nodes, you're not going to open as many of them. So you want to offset like the fact that you're not opening as many with actually like upgrading them directly. So like
Okay.
Nova Guardians, for example, like if that skill is something that you use a lot, then you would want to upgrade that first. Like
Yeah.
they're like in the Kaiser Discord, there's probably like a priority list of like what skills to max first. So you just want to follow that.
Okay. Yeah, I recently joined that Discord. There's a lot of information there. I think I was just basically using it to figure out which maps I should be training at.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'll see what if it has the information there, like which ones I should upgrade first and what order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then so that's how the trios work. Hopefully I explained it well and you get it. But yeah,
No, it
basically
makes sense.
you wanna find your perfect trios, and then to upgrade them, you need to find other nodes that have the same leading skill, and you can't have two nodes with the same leading skill
So
equipped.
nodes are like pretty much farmed when you're just training, right? For the
Yeah.
most part.
Mm-hmm. You can
Okay.
also get them from events too. And then for the skill nodes are very simple. If you open a skill node, you just fuse it into your skill node, then that's it. It gets upgraded. That's it. It's like super straightforward.
Okay.
Like every time you open a Nova Guardians, you just fuse it into your current one, and then
Yeah.
it gets stronger.
That I realized you could just the duplicate ones you could just fuse into these, but it was the trios that I did not understand.
Yeah, the
That
trios is
that
usually where
helps.
people get confused. But yeah,
Hmm. Cool.
basically, yeah, you just find your perfect trio, you upgrade them with the same leading skill, and you got to make sure you don't have two leading skills at you can't have two leading skills equipped at the same time, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, everything that's important, you should lock it too. So like, if you right click Nova Guardians, you press lock. So this way, if you ever for some reason accidentally take it off and you're disenchanting nodes,
You don't
and you press
accidentally
like,
break it.
yeah, you press
Oh,
select all, you don't accidentally get rid of it.
okay.
So everything
Didn't
that
know
you need
that.
is like you want to make sure you lock it. That boost node that you have right now, is that a perfect trio?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just
Does
know those
anybody
are
know
like
if that's a perfect trio in chat? Gigas, Wingbeat, and Inferno Breath. I know Gigas is like important. Like that's like your main boss skill. It's not? Okay. Alright, so that's not a perfect trio.
I
But
shouldn't equip it.
I mean the thing is you could equip it for now, but you don't want to necessarily like invest too much into it. That because the
Okay.
reason being is like let's say um so let's say you were to upgrade that one to max. Let's just say it's level 25 right now, for example.
Okay.
Even though it's not a perfect trio, since Gigas is a perfect skill that you want, if you do get a perfect trio in the future that happens to have Gigas as the leading skill, you can fuse that one, even though it's not perfect and it's max level, into the new one that is perfect, and then the new one will be level 25.
Oh. So, okay.
So it's
So
not
are you
really a
saying like
waste if you upgrade that one.
okay, so I could upgrade like a tri node that isn't perfect, but it just means I would have to put that into something later, right?
Yeah, yeah, you would have to put it into a perfect one when you get it, but that perfect one when you get it has to have that same leading skill.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know too much about that. In terms of just like I know they were important and like I need something that's like perfect, but I didn't know about like the leading skill part of it.
Yeah, the leading skill is very, very important to understand because that'll determine what you can equip and what you can upgrade. So,
Okay. Awesome.
but yeah, so now that you understand nodes, like it's even more important that you get drop gear and meso gear as soon as possible, so that when you do train,
Yeah. That
you
affects your
can get
node
more
drops.
nodes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that yeah, like that's the point. So those three things, you level to 235, you get Meso drop gear, and you do your Legion. That's like the highest priority. You said you only have like a few hours to play a day. So also like, you want to have fun. You don't want to burn yourself out because it is a lot of things you have to do. The game is very like if I were to graph the progression on this game, it starts out like really slow and then it ramps up a lot and then towards the end it gets really slow again. And you're approaching that point where it's gonna start ramping up a lot, where you're gonna have a lot of things to do at once. You might feel very overwhelmed, but I'm just gonna let you know like it's okay to not do everything at once. Like just do whatever you want to do, basically.
Sorry, I had to mute for a second. I did hear what you were saying though. Like it's important not to burn out, and 'cause that was one thing that I did back then. A lot was I would just really try and play like to the meta, and I think that's what killed it for me back then was the whole Kana farming and how that was like the meta because I just hated, and it was old Kana. It wasn't like map clear like Kana. So the old I hated old Kana with like the Kishin and everything, and that kind of killed it for me back then.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Honestly, I was saying this on my chat the other day, but like I was a big Kana abuser, right? Like I farmed so much on my Kana, like probably more than my main. And just looking back in retrospect, like it's actually so crazy how unhealthy Kana farming was for reboot, because that's literally all people would do. Like you wouldn't play the game, you would just play Kana farm. Like that was the whole game. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean like I'm basically just trying to find classes that I have most fun playing. So originally I'd found your channel because I was thinking of maining Hayato again, and
mm,
so I saw your Hayato guide. I was like, holy crap, this guy's like insane at Hayato. This
true,
is like the
true.
best place to learn.
Yeah, it is.
So
True. True. But yeah,
yeah,
Hayato,
but
dude, Hayato is just
so
that
I have
class
a
is too
Hayato.
whack. That class is whack, bro. So
I have a Hayato, but I got like so bored leveling it because I think I don't remember when. I think it may have been on GMS. I got 1 to 200 like
mhm.
Scania, but yeah, I moved to reboot because I just don't want to have to spend an insane amount of money to play GMS, and
Mhm. Yeah, the
although I'm still gonna be spending money on this, just not as much, I
true.
guess.
Yeah. The thing about Hayato is uh it's the hardest class in the game for nodes. There's no other class that struggles with nodes most, so it's very not beginner friendly. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend like maining it first, so but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking into Hero, Buccaneer, like those Buccaneer is pretty dope. I was looking into that one. Got it to 200 recently. So Kaiser I enjoy like the most though out of all the classes, so I've just been sticking with it and recently hit 225. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely take into account the stuff you were saying about hitting 235, Legion. Um, is there like a certain amount of Legion I should try and hit before I stop as well? Um, I know there's like 8K Legion is like the end goal, right? But
Yeah. So work on getting 4K first, because 4K is a
okay,
pretty good. It's like pretty decent. Like I was at 4K for a while. Like as you know, like I restarted fresh too. So like I'm a lot more familiar with the game at the early stages because I like recently just did it as well. 4K is like a pretty good like stopping point if you want to take a break on Legion. And then the
okay,
next point I'd say would be 6K. And the reason why is 6K you unlock the whole grid. So like you have
mhm,
everything unlocked, so you have a lot more space.
yeah,
And then after 6K, 6K, a lot of people stay at 6K for a long time because the next really major push is 8K. And getting from 6K to 8K can take a while because you have to
mhm,
get pretty much everybody's 200.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, and the reason it's not like 6.5 or 7K is because um, when you every single time you upgrade from 6K to 6.5 to 7 to 7.5, it's only one additional character you could put on your board. But when you upgrade to 8K, it's 5 additional characters. So it's actually a big difference.
okay,
So I would say
got
4K,
it.
6K, and 8K. Have you seen the Zactech video I uploaded?
Yes, and I
Okay,
was
okay,
doing
you're
that
good.
recently actually. So I
Yeah, you're
had
good then.
recently hit like over 3K Legion just by doing that Zac Tech thing. I'm like, and that was big game changer. It's
Yeah,
like,
so 6K should be free. Then you could chill at that for a while.
okay, cool. And do you like go for specific kind of characters when you're like leveling Legion? Because I know there's some that have ridiculous like pre-quests before you can even like start playing the game. Um, I noticed like the Explorer one. I think you were only able to skip it recently now.
Yeah, so now you can skip it, so
But
it's a lot better. But so if you want to talk purely efficiency, yes, there is an order of characters you should do first that give you the best amount of stats. because so like Legion, like you know how like when you finish a character, the block itself gives you stats. Like Hayato
Yeah.
gives you crit damage, so like that's like a very important character to level because crit damage is very very powerful. Um, but honestly, the advice I would do is just play the classes you want first, like just
Okay.
so you don't like burn yourself out. Because for example, Wild Hunter is actually a really good Legion block, like the effect, but Wild
Yeah.
Hunter's like one of the most shit classes in the game. So like yeah, it's good to level, but training it might be really annoying, right? So like,
Hmm.
just do what you want, basically.
Okay. In terms of like just creating characters, right?
Yeah,
You
just
just
like level whatever you want in whatever order. Like, yes, there is an efficient order to give you like damage quicker, but it might not be fun, right? So
okay. Got it. We'll do that. Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate all the help. Like this
yeah, I
is like
got you, bro.
I'm gonna have to look back at the stream because
I mean, I recorded
I'm
the whole thing, so like it'll
oh
be
nice.
uploaded on YouTube in my VODs
I'm gonna
channel.
be famous.
Yep. Bro,
Speaking of
you
famous,
said
yeah, I had a
yes,
story. I had a
yes. I was
story.
about to ask you. I was about to ask you, bro. You said you had a story of you getting recognized in real life because you're a streamer.
So I don't stream anymore. I actually just do YouTube now. But back then, so I guess I can just fill you in a little bit about my background. So I used to do well, I was in college like full time after high school, and then during high school, I just like made YouTube videos for fun for Minecraft, and I was learning basically editing.
Uh
And one of
huh.
my friends was like smaller YouTuber at the time, like maybe 50,000 subs, and um I started editing for him and learning how to edit, and he was paying me like I don't know, like low. I can't even remember how much it was. It wasn't that much money, but I was getting a lot of editing experience. So I made my own channel, maybe hit like 5 or 6K subs on YouTube at the time, just doing Minecraft.
Mhm.
And um, like I didn't really show my face too often, but basically I'd met up with. He's like a really good friend of mine now, and his name is Painful on YouTube, right? But
Mhm.
back then he was a lot smaller, and I met up with him a few times. So he made some vlogs with me in them. Because I live in New York, I'm in Queens,
What the
so he
hell,
went to yeah.
bro? We're kind of close, actually. Uh huh.
You're in New York as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was going to Manhattan. He went to like the Rockefeller Center, so I like went and
Uh
met up
huh.
with him. Right, I just took a bus in, and yeah, I was just like in a bunch of his vlogs. I edited those vlogs for him at the time. So like my face was kind of out there a little bit, not to that many people, but like so I was going to college at the time. I'm not in college anymore because now I'm like full time into YouTube, but I was a full
Mhm.
time college student at the time. I was going to I don't know if you probably know it, QC.
Uh huh.
And I was like I think either a freshman. No, I was a sophomore at the time. So I was going in full time or no part time. Yeah, part time. And I was taking this English course, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I think it was about maybe like halfway through the semester. And I was just going into it every day. Made a few friends there. It was basically you know how you have to do all your prereqs and stuff, like just that annoying crap when
Mhm.
it comes to college. Yeah. So I was just doing my prereqs, and there was this one dude that sat across the class from me. I didn't talk to him that much at all, or I didn't talk to him at all. And there was one day, I guess they switched the seating around because this specific teacher just had seating,
Yep.
and I sat right next to him, and he saw my name on the paper because he didn't know who I was. Like when you sit across like a class of like I don't know, it was maybe like 50 people in that class, so it's a lot of
Mhm.
kids. And when you're sitting like complete opposite sides of the room with somebody, chances are you may not even talk to them at all.
Yep.
And this was halfway through the semester, so I sit next to him. And this was like by the time it was like an hour class, so he sees my name on the paper. We may be getting like grades back. And he's like, he just looks at me like in this really, and he's like, you're. I'm like, wait, how do you know me? He's like, you're the YouTuber, right? And he said my name, like Forrest Bono. I'm like, what? This is back when I had like 5K subs, and like this
Wow,
guy
what
was
the
literally
hell?
in my class for like weeks and didn't even like he may have recognized me and just didn't say anything to me until he sat next to me and saw the name of my paper because it's very similar to like my YouTube name, but
Bro, he's a
um
real one. He recognized you at the
yeah,
start.
dude, it's crazy. And yeah, it tripped me out because it was like, what are the odds that somebody like in my class that was just like in like, sitting across the room from me for weeks just knew like that, like my YouTube channel, which was like super small at the time, right?
Yeah.
And so that was trippy. And I think I only talked to him a handful of times after that, but it's not like we became best friends or anything after that. But yeah, it was kind of crazy because I didn't know I could even get recognized with that small of a following, but
That's wild actually. Uh dude, you're like way bigger now. Hey, have you gotten
yeah.
recognized since or
No, actually, believe it or not, I haven't
what the
um
hell?
in real life. Well, not going outside is one of the reasons. No, but I go out a lot to go to the gym though, but so like that's not like a crowd that would recognize me at
True,
all,
true,
right?
true. You don't
So,
see Minecrafters at that gym, Loki.
and especially with my target audience, like most of them I'd say age probably between like 6 to like 12 years old, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Makes sense.
yeah, it's just funny because I'm like, what are the odds that I get recognized, like, when I'm like that small compared to like now?
Uh-huh.
But it makes sense, like, given where I like go every day. Like, I pretty much just go out to the gym or I'm going out to like doctor appointments or whatever it is, like running adult errands. I'm not like going around like places where a bunch of kids are gonna be. But I am going to TwitchCon, so maybe I don't know if I'd get recognized there, to be honest. But if
Oh,
I went to like
interesting.
Minecon, sure. But
Minecon, yeah,
I'd probably
probably.
get swarmed, but
They actually
not.
haven't had a Minecon in a while, right?
Yeah, I think that's because of I think that's because of COVID, right? That most cons were just canceled for like a few years. But I recently went to VidCon and I didn't get recognized there. For good reason though. A, I don't put my face out that much at all. But B, it was like the whole event at VidCon was just like presented by TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically just a place where TikTokers were for the most part. So like me and my friend went there and it was like we met up with some YouTubers, but it was kind of whack, like the whole event. Honestly, I do not recommend going to VidCon unless you're like a huge TikTok fan or something, or like a Dream SMP like fan.
Bro, do you stand Dream?
Do I stand Dream? That's a great
Yeah.
question. I mean, I think I don't watch Minecraft videos, dude.
Bro, you know what's
Besides
funny? You know what's
besides
funny?
like yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, finish your sentence. It's all good.
No, I was just gonna say like I watch Minecraft YouTubers to like like I study my own niche and like I played Minecraft for like a decade, right?
Uh-huh.
And like I probably have a ridiculous amount of hours in that game because I grew up on it. But now that I'm like older, I pretty much just watch it to study YouTube and like understand my niche so I can upload and yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
whole science behind that. But
That actually makes a lot of sense. And I was gonna say, like, you know what's funny is like, dude, I do the same thing with Maple. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't really watch Maple videos. Like, even though I'm in the scene and I make Maple videos and stream, I don't really like watch Maple. I kind of just,
yeah.
it's funny, like I watch Minecraft. I'm the same way. I'm actually a big
Yeah,
Minecraft head
I'm
as
a
well.
Minecrafter that watches Maple videos, and you're a Mapler that watches Minecraft
Yeah,
videos.
like legit. Like I watch Minecraft videos. But I'm the same way. I grew up on Minecraft and I tell people that believe it or not, I probably
Goated.
still have more hours on Minecraft than on Maple. Even though I've been playing this game like religiously for years, I probably
Yeah,
still have more on Minecraft because of how much I used to play like
I
growing
probably have
up.
like 20,000 hours on that game,
Yeah,
like
like
ridiculous
legit.
amount.
Legit.
Yeah,
And I don't know,
but
dude. I've always been like trying to get back into it, but it's just like I don't know, it's not the same. Like like I still watch and I keep up with all the updates and like I know everything that's going on and like I'll hop on every once in a while, but it's like to put in the same amount of hours that I used to, like I just can't. I don't know why.
Yeah, it just comes down to like the game is obviously what you make of it, but when you put 20,000 hours into it and you've done everything you really can, the Mojang has like added like little things and life improvements to the game, and they have changed it from where it was like 10 years ago. But honestly, at the core of the game, like it is what you make of it. And if you've already played like 20,000 hours into it,
Yeah.
and it's hard to like kind of play it for fun anymore.
Yeah, even
Definitely do
modded.
it to like create stories and like have fun on just like making content. Like that's pretty much how I
That's a
have
good
fun in
point
the game at this
actually.
point.
Like
But
SMPs with stories are actually like, yeah, they're pretty fun. That's actually a really good point. Even modded, like I've played like so many different mod packs, like
yep,
every
I've
all the
gone through
feed the
them all, man.
beasts, all the tech hits,
Yep.
like
Tech it. Oh
everything.
my
Yep.
god.
Bro,
You
tech it
played them
was the
all,
shit,
bro.
bro. That
Tech it
was like,
goated.
bro, that was low key peak, bro. Like,
Yeah, Tech It and Technic, and one of
yes,
my
yeah.
big influences growing up, and probably why I even do YouTube in general, was I don't know if you know who they are, Yogscast.
Yogscast, yeah, Lewis and Simon,
Yeah,
Duncan,
yeah.
Sips. Bro, I
I
love
was a
Sips and Shin
big
the
fan of
most.
them
Yep.
back then. So that was like one of my big influences for Minecraft YouTube.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just love doing it. And I literally like when COVID hit, right? Because
Mhm.
I was editing for like some other YouTubers, and the way I got my start editing was just editing my own videos. But after a while, I was just editing for different YouTubers, and I was editing for this one guy, Spifey.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know who he is, but at the time he maybe had like 500,000 subs, something like that. And I think it was like my junior year. I had just started like I was gonna start like another semester, but it was all online. It was all going online, and being at home is like the worst thing for me when it comes to college, because
Yeah.
I get so distracted being on my computer. Like
Dude,
I'm a gamer
same,
at heart,
yeah.
and I'm doing other things. Like when I'm at the PC, I don't want the last thing I want to do is study when I'm at my PC. So whenever I was in college, like I would make sure I was on campus as much as possible to keep my grades up. So yeah, like
Wow.
when when I was full time in college, I was making sure like I was on top of it. But as soon as it went online, bro, like I couldn't handle it. Like I was doing I wasn't doing terribly, but compared to what I would have been doing if I was like staying on campus, I would have been like, getting way better grades. So I was just so demotivated. One of my friends asked me like, "Oh, do you want to try doing YouTube with me?" And I tried it, and it went well. So
Man, it paid off. It's
dropped
good.
out for now, and it
You ever
paid out. It
finish
paid
or
off.
no? Your degree. You ever finished
No,
it?
no, I'm not done with it. I
I
don't
see,
know
I
if I
see.
ever will.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah.
but I was
Yeah,
at
you're
90
chilling.
credits, so like
Oh, you're
I was
close.
honestly like very close to finishing. I was majoring in computer science, but
Mm.
yeah, if I went back though, like I wouldn't even want to finish that degree because I'm so into like I guess filmmaking now and like editing that that's like my new passion. Like honestly, I went into computer science because I thought like video game design would be like a cool thing to go into.
Well, that's
But
everybody.
that's everybody, right?
Yeah, they're always just like, I want to make big
I
games,
want to
and then
make
it's just
video
like coding
games,
sucks.
but dude, coding is ass, and the fun
Yeah.
part of it that I find is like the whole storytelling and like just parts of video game design that aren't even part of like a computer science major. Like, bro, like computer science major at where I was going, like it was like 60% like like math.
Yeah.
So I literally took up to like calculus 3. I did all of that crap. I finished all of that. It was so I hated it, but
Calc 2, bro, that's the worst.
yeah,
Yeah, Calc 2 is
it was
notorious.
hell. But I ended up getting good grades and everything because at the time I was on campus, so I would just be at like the math study hall all the time just to freaking make sure I was practicing all that stuff. But yeah, hated it.
Yep. That's actually funny, bro. Yeah. No, I'm the same way. Hit with the pandemic, and bro, if I'm at home, like I'm on my computer, like how can I not be distracted? Like legit, like it's
It's tough,
impossible.
man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why like. Believe it or not, I got a laptop eventually, like when I was in my sophomore year, and I used it to just edit on campus, like
Mhm.
for the YouTuber I was working for, and Yeah, but I ended up. I think I even downloaded Maple on my laptop back then. So, but I had to uninstall like all the games so I would not be distracted on campus. Because it's not getting a laptop is like great and all, because you can
Mm.
use it for cool projects, but downloading games on it is like the worst thing you could do.
Bro, true. Because then it's just like you're just gonna play those games. That's facts, actually. I've been doing
Yeah.
the same thing. I've been trying to edit my videos while I'm at campus as well. So,
Bro, you're on your grind. I
dude,
respect it.
I'm trying my best, but then unfortunately,
Maple.
Maple is not Minecraft, so it's like
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
so
Like,
limited.
I wish Maple was bigger, honestly, but yeah, it's not as big of an audience. Like, I think it's a ridiculous number, like a trillion views over like a decade for Minecraft, right?
Yeah, yeah. I remember
It's
when they
just
hit one
the nature of
TDM.
the game too, like it being a sandbox. It makes sense why it's a lot bigger.
Yeah, 'cause
Um,
there's a niche for everything. Every piece of content. There's the hardcore. There's speedrunning. There's casual, like builders.
yeah,
Like there's everything.
yeah. And I played Maple way before I played Minecraft. I started playing Maple back in like 2005, like when I was like 6 years old. So.
Yeah.
And so I've seen like the very early days of Maple and have played it like on and off since then. But yeah, kind of crazy the difference in like popularity because Maple was huge back then compared to
Yeah,
Minecraft
yeah, it
didn't even
was.
exist.
I
So
mean, Maple was like revolutionary for its time. That's the thing. But it kind of just
exactly,
like
exactly.
now there's so many other games and they're better. So it's like, why would anybody play Maple? So
Yeah, I mean, there's everybody has their own niche that they like, but I've always been like an MMO person, so
you ever play
um
Factions?
dude,
Minecraft? That's like
that's
close.
where I was playing.
Yeah, it's like close to
That's
MMO.
how I got that's where I was like making videos on was hardcore factions at the time.
I see.
Um but that was like a while that's when I got recognized was when I was making videos on that. But
Factions
not
kind of like old now. Like nobody does that shit
dude,
anymore.
nobody even plays factions anymore. But back then
Yeah.
it was fire back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like MMOs are just barely they kind of suck now compared to like I mean, it's hard to run an MMO. I understand why there's not many good, successful ran MMOs, but
Mhm. I mean,
yeah,
especially in the
Maple is just
West, like
something that
people
I always come
people
back
don't
to.
grind like that.
Yeah, no, no, like compared to people take MMOs way more serious in the SEA like region in general,
Mhm.
especially just like swiping wise.
Oh,
People get
true.
so invested. 'Cause I don't
That
think is there even like a reboot version on
Yeah,
KMS?
KMS has a reboot. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it's not like here, because over here it's like reboot's obviously way more popular than reg server, but it's flipped in KMS. Like, reboot's like a minority in KMS, so they don't necessarily care about reboot as much, because at the end of the day
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
money, right? So the
They've
KMS reg, like, they make way more money for Nexon, so they balance
yeah.
the game around reg, so and it's not the same as reboot, so we kind of get shafted most of the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like it's funny because see the check mark that I have,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I know
I'm
you're partnered.
verified. Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, I have like 400 followers on Twitch. I only ever streamed to like 10 viewers. So the way I got partnered was like
What the hell?
it's like a whole different story.
Oh, is it just
So
because your YouTube was big, they just auto gave it to you?
no, I'll tell you the story. This one's kind of funny too. You played Fortnite at all?
Hardly, hardly.
Okay, okay. Well, back then in like 2018, 2017, when it was like initially blowing up,
Yeah.
I got into like the competitive scene for it with
Oh,
with my friend, right? Who I
yeah.
played hardcore faction with painful, right? And he and I were playing it like ridiculous hours, maybe like 8 to 10 hours a day, just like grinding. So we
Mhm.
got like pretty good early on, like when everyone was still learning the game and it was relatively new, but it was blowing up, right?
Yep.
And we flew out to the first like LAN tournament for it, PAX West, and so I flew out and met up with three different guys that I had played with like online,
Yeah.
and we got an Airbnb, and like we all like I slept on the floor. Like it was like a weekend. It was in Seattle, Washington. So that was the first time I ever like flew across the country like on my own. So
Yeah.
and this is like mid semester. Like I'm doing this. Like I've been saving money like from editing, and like I just like yeeted it into like competitive Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
And so at this tournament, if you just qualified into the top 100, you got like 5,000 US like
What the
instantly.
hell?
So that's why it was like so many, like basically all the people who were like signed to orgs that were like on the come up, when because the Fortnite like competitive scene was really like it was blowing up and getting big, but like no one was there, like Epic Games wasn't really sponsoring like many events yet. So that was like the
Mhm.
first sponsored event was PAX West. So we all went, and we woke up at like, you had to like line up outside at like 4 in the morning. We literally went the first morning. It was just pouring rain. We were standing
Of
like
course,
in the pouring
Seattle.
rain on like a 200 person line just to be able to try and like have a chance at like qualifying for this thing.
Mhm.
And we were playing on setups that you couldn't bring your own like peripherals. You had to play on their peripherals. So it was like it was crazy, right? And you had to go through like 2 rounds. So 3 out of 5 of us qualified. I didn't, and so did my other friend didn't. But my other 2 friends did. And like from qualifying, they instantly got signed to like orgs. Like it was such a big deal qualifying back then that if you qualified, you'd basically get like insta signed to like an org, professional
Wow.
organization, and get on salary like immediately.
What the
Like
hell?
yeah, back
What?
then,
That's
like
actually crazy. Yeah.
because it was like it was such a big like emerging like thing at the time. So I just barely didn't qualify. Um because there was like 3 rounds. So I got to like the second to last round but didn't make the last round. But because my friends did, like one of my friends popped off on like the final round, and he got like this big spotlight, and basically they both got signed to this big org. But we were all part of like this really small org at the time, and basically I got partnered by being on the same team that they were.
Wow. You leached.
so so I literally hard leached to get partnered on Twitch.
Bro, this guy leached a
and
partnership. Holy.
and it was like a much smaller org that wasn't really known, but because we were on it, we were like all on it as like a team of 4 at the time, and we all like went and competed at the same time, and like 2 of my friends did really well. They were able to like get this orgs basically have like this power, not power, but like like TSM and all these big orgs, they can basically get like their whoever like is signed to their team like insta partnered.
Yeah,
And
like
basically the,
Twitch
the org that
checkmark and everything. Yeah.
exactly,
Twitter too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the org that we were on was smaller, but they managed to get that power because like my friends had done really well at the event, and at the time it was getting a lot of media, so Twitch gave them that like power to just like partner any of the people that were on their org. And yeah, that's how I got partnered. It's just
The
like
right place at the right time. I mean, you
yeah,
grinded for him. Not gonna lie. You traveled on
yeah,
your broke ass like
yeah. I
editing
was
money and everything. Like
exactly. So I took a
you
risk,
grinded for.
but
Yeah, you took a big risk.
honestly, I didn't take advantage of the partnership really. Like streaming, I liked streaming because I was just gaming, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't stream for more than like 3 to 4 hours at a time. Like,
Could you play
uh,
games longer than that, or it's just like
oh
streaming
yeah.
specifically?
Just I enjoyed streaming, but like streaming was like taxing on me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just like found like once I like was at like 3 4 hour mark, I would just run out of energy to even like talk to people in chat. So I would just like, and I also just didn't have that many viewers either. Like when you were a Fortnite Andy back then, even
Mm-hmm.
now, like it's hard to get like even noticed at all, like as a streamer when you're in such a competitive niche like that. You really have to either pump up your like Twitch when you're on like a big like niche, through like your YouTube views or like TikTok or just some other channel that you have. Otherwise, you can't really get noticed easily on Twitch unless like it's kind of interesting. It's different for I guess Maple because it's a
Mm-hmm.
smaller it's easier to kind of be seen on like the browse tab because there aren't as many streamers to kind of browse through compared to like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like there aren't as like many like 10 viewer Andys on, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
just way less volume of streamers. So
Mm-hmm. Maple viewers, I think, are very loyal as well. Actually,
that too, yeah.
like my
MMO viewers, I think,
like
just
they
get
pull up every single time, the same people.
yeah. No, I pull up to the streams too, like all the time.
Hey, you're a
So
real one. I appreciate that, man.
yeah, no, it's cool. I like the community here. So
Dude, it's so funny because I feel like we're so similar yet we're different. Like I'm the same way. Like started with Maple, grew up on Minecraft, and now I'm back at Maple. Same with you. Like you're playing Maple again, and it's like
yeah,
um for me, like YouTube is my pain point. Like I want to be better on YouTube, but I just like streaming so
bro,
much. Like,
I could give you a YouTube masterclass, man. Like I know a
dude,
lot. I've learned a lot
help a
about
brother out,
YouTube,
bro.
but
Help a brother out, cause like I'm trying to get the YouTube like come up too, but like I just love streaming. Like I'll stream for like 10 hours straight, no problem. But
you,
obviously, like there's only so many hours in a day. Like you need time to edit.
you're
Like,
applying good
uh,
principles to YouTube, but at the end of the day, not saying not to do Maple. Like you can do Maple on YouTube, but you just need to understand that's pretty much like for fun. Like
yeah, no, I get it.
it's
There's a cap.
really
It is
it's
all for
very
fun.
hard to make a career out of Maple on YouTube. Like streaming,
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Maybe there are some streamers that can make a career out of it. Like you seem to be like pretty average, like averaging like pretty good amount of viewers. Like I don't know what kind of money people make at like 200 average viewers or however many average viewers, but
Hmm.
um yeah, as far as YouTube goes though at Maple, I'd say that's pretty much like borderline impossible to make
Yeah.
that like full-time career. But YouTube of course is it's just it's a whole science, and it really just depends what niche you want to go into and what kind of passion you have for editing too, because at the end of the day, because that's how I got my start, was editing my own videos. And like with editing, that's pretty much like the most important thing you can learn as like
Hmm.
a skill for YouTube. It applies to just everything to do with YouTube, pacing, like there's so many different things that you need to know with editing that will help create like a good YouTube video. But at the same time, um like being a good editor doesn't necessarily mean you can be a good YouTuber,
Yeah.
because you need to also have the charisma and also understand like what to present to viewers and like what kind of content you need to make. So like yeah, it's just it's all science, man. And like the last year and a half is that's what I've been dedicating my life to.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm happy things are working out for you for real. Um
Thank you.
but yeah, no, I'm completely aware that Maple is like it is a hobby essentially. There are people that like for example Copper Sand, like he it's an actual career. Like, he's almost 100K subs like
Yeah, it's dope.
and like it's a
Like
lot.
there definitely
But
are
that's like
exceptions
such
for
a
sure.
minority. Yeah, right? Like
Yeah,
pretty much no one's going to be the next Copper Sand, right? Like it's unrealistic to think that way.
it's
But
hard. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely having fun with it. 100%, but it is tough because it's like I also am in school. I don't want to completely like
Are
basically
you
I'm too
full time?
yeah, like I'm
Oh
kind
man.
of too pussy to take the risk of like drop out of school and go like 100% onto the content creation, right?
I
Because
understand.
like I
Yeah.
kind of want that safety
No,
net, like have a
it's
degree. So
better. It is honestly better to be in school at the same time as having like a side thing, because what normally happens is I don't know. Just like from talking to a lot of people that are in YouTube, they normally have gone. They've never usually like taken the leap until like 'cause usually it starts as like a side hobby for them while they're doing something else, and yeah, that side hobby will just eventually turn into like their full-time thing once they've like acquired enough skill, like they've leveled up enough to where like they know
hmm
they can make that leap. And I didn't make that leap until I knew I could make it. Like I literally was grinding editing and YouTube for like 4 years before I even made that leap. And the only reason I made that leap is because they talk about like YouTube, like it's a lot different now, but back then people would always talk about how YouTubers were lucky to blow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'd say that still can apply for sure, but most of the time like that luck is when like skill meets opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
like I'd say like the luck that I had was the 4+ years of like editing experience and skill that I'd acquired, and also the opportunity of that niche I was in, which was Minecraft 100 days specifically,
Mm-hmm.
met at the same time. So that's how I was able to like make that into a thing, was having the skills and then having that opportunity. So
Yeah.
and there
No,
will
that makes
always be
perfect sense.
opportunities. There will always be more and more opportunities, but obviously, like depending on your skill set at the time, you may not be able to make the most of it. So just gotta keep grinding, really.
You still edit your videos or no?
I edited them for about a year before. Actually, I think it was, yeah, about a year before I handed it off to someone else. And believe it or not, my editor now actually started in Maple as well.
What the hell? It's all
So
connected. What the
I don't
frick?
know if you know who he is. His name is Davis. No good Davis. He started out like editing for, I think it was Zero by Divide.
Oh, Zong. I see. Zong's
Zong, yeah,
editor. Interesting.
he was Zong's editor, and he was learning editing at the time, just doing like editing like Maple videos and other videos. I don't know, like but he's a beast, man. He's someone who I actually studied to learn editing from, and he would stream like editing all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I would like study a bunch of different editors to like learn, and now he's my editor. So
Wow. That's
yeah, so
crazy, actually.
I hire him to edit for me now, and but I was editing myself, my own videos for like a year, and but I've slowly like over time, like over the course of this year and a half, like grew my team so that like I just pretty much spend my time like creating the. I don't spend as much time like editing and doing like a lot of different, like I basically have given those tasks to other people that like are better than me at it, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool, man. YouTube is dope, but it's it's not easy to make it a full-time career, that's for sure.
It's tough, honestly. Like I talk about this sometimes on my stream, like, being like a one man show, even like I'm obviously like very, very small, but even just what I do is tough. Like there's just a lot of things to balance out. Like you have to stream a lot, especially on Maple, you have to stream a lot and you have to edit, and editing takes time. I'm not like the best editor out there, and it takes me a while. And then you have to like just kind of like be available all the time. It's just tough. And you're also in school, so it's like there's just so
Yeah,
much to
yeah.
balance.
There is a lot to balance for sure. Um, yeah, it's a whole balancing act, man. Like especially with streaming, like I've never really gotten into the big streaming grind like you have, but at the time when I was doing Fortnite, I was like kind of dipping my toes into it, and I understand how taxing it is.
Mhm.
Especially to stay like interacting with like people all the time in the chat, like for hours on end. Like obviously people like will sit there and just play games for hours, like that's easy enough, but
Mhm.
actually sitting there and talking to people and making the stream like interactive and fun for your viewers, that's a completely different skill set than just sitting there and playing. Because like people that definitely have it easiest, not saying like it's easy to thing to do, but are the people that can literally just mute mic and just sit there with thousands of viewers just playing games 12 hours a day. Sure, like
Yeah.
you can argue that's easy, but people like I'd say maybe as an example like Ms. Kiff, or people that are constantly entertaining their chat and not just sitting there playing games.
Mhm.
People in like maybe just chatting section. That's that's tough. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is, and it's funny because when you're, I don't want to use this word, but kind of like when you're a chatter or like a viewer and you're not really like a creator, you kind of see that and you're just like, man, that's like the dream job, right? Like
Yeah,
that's so
exactly.
free, bro. But when you actually do it, like
Yeah.
it's a lot of fucking
It,
work, bro. Like it's a
it's
lot
well,
on your head to just like
yeah, you
sit
dude,
there
it's the
and
same thing.
babysit all
It's like
day.
a mental game, like literally. Um, Similarly, YouTube is in some way too. Like, believe it or not, like I get like I don't
Thank
read
you for the
my own
follow.
comments, and I get like maybe thousands of comments a day on my videos.
I mean, that's too many.
But
Like,
the reason why obviously I don't read them is A, I know like I can read like maybe 100 good comments and be like, great, thanks for the, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I read that one shit comment and they'll just put me in a bad mood for like, so like
bro,
because
that is
YouTube and Twitch
facts.
streaming is like a whole like it's basically just a challenge on your mental. Um, it's better to just avoid like just ruining your mental so you can just stay. It literally is just keeping your mental like good so you can keep grinding and not be like demotivated or in a shit mood. Literally.
Bro, that is big facts, bro. The Twitch viewers that watch me and the YouTube viewers, bro, YouTube is like crazy, bro. Like the shit they comment, like YouTube is legit just all haters or something. Like when I read my comments, obviously I'm not getting thousands, but maybe like a dozen, right? Like
Yeah.
there's just so much hate in that dozen. I'm like, bro, why? And then like on stream, like it's the complete opposite. It's so weird how there's such a big difference just from YouTube and Twitch, even at like my baby ass size. It's like a huge difference. Imagine scaled like 100 times over,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy
It's
because
like way
like
worse.
yeah, like I'll like what I'll do is I'll read like I have a notification gang, so like I'll get like I don't know, like a few hundred comments in like the first like minute or so, or it's something stupid like that. I'll just like heart like a dozen of them, but then I just won't read comments after that because I know like yeah, like it's great to see like people praising you, but dude, like when you're looking at that age range of like 6 to 12, dude, people will
Yeah,
just leave the most toxic comments because they
bro, for
they
real.
don't understand like human interaction. Like
Yeah, they don't. They don't
they
know
just don't
anything.
get it. You know what I mean? So they'll just be like super toxic because they're kids. So like what, you know? I it's because like I'll see like I have little cousins that I'll see and like they're like the perfect example of like what my viewers would like be like. Kind of, they're
Bro,
just
that's
like
funny actually.
6 to 8 years. So every time I see them, that's all they talk about, right? But uh, it's cool, man. I love the whole YouTube game. Yeah, dude. I'll give you a master class one day, man, if you're down.
Dude, I'm down. Like I'm actually trying to I'm trying to make it, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, like I'm also well aware of my position in the world. Like I'm well aware that Maple's like a for fun category essentially. But
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
if the
But it's
dude, I've
interesting
said
you have so much experience in Minecraft, because, dude, having that level of experience in Minecraft is also pretty important to being to understting like
no,
Minecraft
yeah, I'm
YouTube
I'm the
too.
real deal on
So,
Minecraft. Like the chat knows it. Like I sometimes I play.
have you streamed Minecraft before?
I have, yeah. I've streamed it before here and there. Like if there's a maintenance or something, right? But I'm obviously more Maple focused. But I've
Yeah,
said it before. Like if I could main Minecraft, I would. Like I've said
you
that
would.
before because I genuinely would because I love Minecraft. Like Minecraft is a game where like I love this game. The only issue is just like I have like a responsibility on Maple, obviously, like because that's like I feel like it's so hard to break away from that because it's like
You're
all my
invested.
viewers,
You're
all the people
invested.
who have like supported me this whole time, they're all Maple viewers.
I
So I feel like if
understand.
I
Yeah,
just like ditch and switch Minecraft, it's like a huge cut on me, and it's tough.
I get it.
But I
I
would
get it.
like I would play Minecraft. I love that game. And the other issue is like it's hard to find other people that also love it as much as you, and that would be down to like play all the time, right? Because it's
Yeah,
tough doing Minecraft on your own sometimes.
I agree. I completely agree. Because like when I played, I'd always be playing with like my cousin or like my IRL friends. But yeah, like because when I did this whole YouTube thing, I did it with somebody, and I was lucky to have a mentor when doing this whole YouTube thing.
Mhm.
I'd say it's pretty important uh to like I don't know if you've seen much of Mr. Beast.
Of course, yeah.
I'm sure you have, but
Mhm.
I mean like his podcast and when he talks about like how to like become like a successful YouTuber, right?
I've seen him on like Colin and Samir, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd say another big reason why was able to do well was because I was doing it alongside somebody, so we were both making mistakes, right? And we were both learning from each other's mistakes, not just our own. But we also had a third person who was like our mentor, who was way ahead of us in the YouTube game. Like when we started, he had like maybe 3 million subs or
Oh wow.
something,
Yeah.
something like that. I think he's like double that now. But point is, like, he kind of just like helped us a lot and showed us like mistakes that he made at the start, right? And on top of that, he was still making mistakes and learning from it. Basically, the more people you can do it with alongside of and that share that same like passion, the better, because you're just accelerating that much faster, learning from those other people's mistakes and your mistakes at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of one of the biggest keys to YouTube. I'm not sure about Twitch. Like Twitch is a whole different beast, but
That's literally what Jimmy said though, Mr. Beast. He's just
yep,
like he had the same exact situation. Yeah. You just
yep,
learned way faster. 10 brains versus 1 brain, right? It's like you can't beat it.
exactly, exactly. It really, that's really all it's about with YouTube. Cool, man. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but
I mean, I'm chilling, bro. I'm legit just farming all day. Like this is what I do on my stream. Like honestly, my stream is more like Maple's kind of like the background content, and then we just talk about whatever. Like we just talk about like anything. So no, that's actually
yeah.
huge.
All right, cool. No, yeah, like if you need to go at any point though, let me know. Like I'm just chilling here until I have to eat again, basically.
I mean, I'm just chilling, man. Like we could talk about whatever if you're down, but yeah, if you want to do whatever you want, that's all good too. So, but yeah, no, I'm learning a lot. I appreciate that.
So
Like
yeah, I
for
guess another
real.
question I had. Oh, yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. For Minecraft, like when you're I guess you go and play it like now, like you're not playing Tekkit, I'm assuming. Like
No, no,
what
no.
what
I
do you, what
haven't.
do you play in Minecraft that still like I guess you enjoy? Because that's
I
that's a question I have.
Yeah. So I really like survival. Like whether it's modded or
Dude, that's
not, I
that's good.
love I love
Bro.
working on things. For example, like I play MapleStory. MapleStory is essentially survival. Like you just slowly grind out things and work on projects, whether it's like upgrading your gear, and that's what I really love in games. So survival, it's the same thing. It's just like I have no problem grinding for whatever resources I need, for whatever build I want to do or whatever farm I want to make, right? And it's the
Yeah.
same shit in Maple. Like what do? I farm all day just so I can upgrade my gear at some point, right?
I
So
already like know the niche that you'd be good in, like just hearing that then, because basically I have a few friends that do I don't know what kind of Minecraft content you watch, but there's specific kinds of like content that basically surround that, like hardcore. I don't know
mhm.
if you know about that,
Yeah.
where people literally just make series like showing projects they build in like their hardcore worlds.
Yep.
And I have a friend that just absolutely pops off in that niche. Like he's probably
Mhm.
one of the biggest in that niche, but it's yeah, that you enjoying that would be is actually pretty huge if you actually wanted to do something like that. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's dope that you do enjoy that because I'm the complete opposite. I don't enjoy playing survival. I just enjoy like doing stuff that's modded
Mhm.
and basically just writing like stories essentially,
Oh, that's
just
interesting.
story
So
writing.
your videos are very like
Scripted as hell.
scripted. Yeah, I see.
Scripted, very targeted towards like younger audience, but I enjoy making them because they're like there's stories that I can get into. So like everything that I've been doing recently is like has to do like ancient Greek like lore and stuff like that. So I enjoy like stuff like that. Um, but yeah, like whatever niche you enjoy in Minecraft, there's always something you can kind of create content about, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, that's actually really interesting because I don't think I've ever watched really like script. I mean, I watched like Shadow of Israel when I was younger. Like
I
that was like the
bro,
first like
that
scripted
was what
thing.
like inspired me
Yeah,
to
and
like
I did
literally do
enjoy it a
this.
lot.
I
I've seen
watched
some
that
of the
all the
Dream
time.
SMP too. So,
Yeah.
but
Given that Shadows of Israfel was like,
that was really long time ago. That was like
yeah,
2012 or
bro, that
2011.
was
Yeah.
yeah, that was good times though. I would
Uh,
literally, I think in middle school, I'd go and like talk about it with my friend all the time.
bro, for real,
Funny.
literally, bro.
Like it was like, yeah, it was dope.
One of my boys would like draw. He would literally like draw them like on a notebook. It was so cute. We were like 12 years old, like literally.
Uh, no, yeah, like, and another, what was another channel that was inspiring me a lot? Oh, Fire UK. I don't know if you know who
Oh,
those
I
are,
don't know
but
who Fire UK is.
they made these massive. They were basically the ones who pioneered like Minecraft time lapsing, like making
Oh,
massive
interesting.
builds, and their channel is basically just a archive of like their old videos. They haven't made videos in like 5+ years, but if you go and look at like their videos, they were like one of the first to ever make like Minecraft time lapses of just like massive cities, like stuff like that. Literally watched that on like a flip phone in the back of my math class, like in middle school. It's kind of funny.
Well, that's actually crazy. It's crazy because like time lapse are like, just like default now, and like every survival series, it's just like there's always a time
Yep.
lapse for some big ass build that
Yep.
took
Oh,
like
I'm
a
always
whole
time
day.
lapsing in my videos, man.
You know,
It's gonna be a big part of my next video as well. Time lapsing a lot of builds.
do you
So
know Etho?
I was a big fan of him growing up. Yes.
Etho's like my top one Minecraft YouTuber. Like I
Really?
throughout my whole like
He
life,
was
like
he was
I
my top
religiously
one.
watch all his videos.
He was my top one for years, but I had stopped watching him, like maybe like I don't know, a few years back. I don't know. Like my interest just changed like all the time. So he
Yeah,
was like
but
definitely my number one for a while though. Back when I used to watch the hell out of Minecraft SMP.
oh, I love the Minecraft SMP. Yeah, B Dubs, Etho, all of them,
Yep.
bro. I watch a
Yep.
lot of Hermitcraft nowadays, so like that category as well. Um, I was big into Dream when he was popping off. He's kind of fallen off. I'm not gonna lie, but
I don't
when
know
he
if
was
he's falling off, but yeah, he's not
yeah
like doing as much content as he was before, I guess, with like streaming in the Dream SMP and like stuff like that, right? But
yeah he's not like yeah. But I was like a big Dream head like back 2020 2021. Like I would watch all his shit, but yeah.
cool. Dope,
But
man.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
Yogscast,
any of those
Etho.
guys, but
Yeah, all the newer gen, like I haven't watched as much. Like the Dream SMP guys, like it's only basically just Dream because I liked his what's it called? I liked his manhunts or whatever. They were like
yeah, those
super
are dope.
entertaining.
Those are dope.
Yeah. And then but mostly like Hermitcraft I watch pretty consistently cuz it's basically just like survival. It's like uh survival with their friends, so I watch that
Yeah.
type a lot. And Etho like Etho's a bit special just because like I've watched him for so long and it's like his personality is just it's just like a very
He's very genuine.
yeah,
Very
he's very
genuine.
very genuine. Yeah. So like he's just the homie. Like he's always just there.
Yep. Dude, he's been oh my god. He's been posting Minecraft just like normal SMP like let's play like video content for like as long as I can remember.
Yeah, no, he's been playing.
Really.
He's like a day. I think he's got the
Day
longest
one.
series.
He's literally like the
Yeah,
day
he's a day
one.
one. Yeah, he's invented
Yeah,
so
it's
many
crazy.
like redstone things that are like named after him too. I'm also
Yeah,
like kind of
he's
into
a pioneer.
redstone as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd fit pretty well into that niche if you ever did it hardcore like yeah. But again like YouTube again is like a whole science, so there would be a lot you'd have to learn, but
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, dope, man.
I think the editing would be a big one because yeah, watching Minecraft videos, it's not the same as like watching a stream. Like Minecraft videos, I feel like there can't be that much downtime, right? Where you're just kind of like mining for like
Um
10 minutes.
For
It's like
videos, no. For
yeah.
streaming, sure. I mean, it makes sense with streaming. There's gonna be like downtime, right? But for videos, there's like a whole science when it comes to pacing a video, so viewers will not get bored. So that's like a whole learning curve itself in editing. But it's good that you're getting a start with learning how to edit, though. Like in terms of
Mhm.
like Maple. What do you use to edit, if you don't mind me asking?
Premiere Pro. I actually pay for it, so
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yep.
Like I
Premiere
bit
is
the
what I
bullet.
use for.
Yeah.
Good.
Like
No, that's great.
I was using like, you know, I used some like garbage, like cracked random ass softwares like growing
Yeah.
up, but
Sony
it,
Vegas, like
yeah,
yeah,
Sony Vegas, Camtasia, just a bunch of like random shit. But
yeah.
at some
Premiere
point,
is the the industry standard for YouTube stuff
Yeah,
like that.
once I started editing my VODs, like my Twitch VODs, because like I don't know if you've ever seen my YouTube videos, but like I have like
Yep.
I basically I condense them into like hour, maybe 2 hour max, like of like 2 streams, and sometimes my streams are like 10 hours long, so it's like 20 hours of footage I condense into like 2 hours, and just no other software could handle it like Premiere. So I'm like, I'm
Premiere
just gonna
is
start using Premiere.
yeah,
So
Premiere is a love-hate relationship. I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, it has its problems, but it's the best that's out there.
sometimes shit just doesn't work for no reason. I'm not gonna lie in Premiere,
Exactly.
or it just like closes or something for no
Yeah, it
reason.
crashes all the time. Like
Yep.
yeah, and then the next level up from that is After Effects. That's a different
Oh,
beast.
true. Actually,
I
yeah.
I I got a little bit like into learning that, but you can honestly like still be like pretty good at editing and only use Premiere. Like uh After Effects is a different level when it comes to like motion design and like GFX stuff. That's what I'd say like my editor is way better than me at. I'd say
Mhm.
like when it comes to like editing on Premiere, we probably are like the same skill level, but the thing that's elevated my videos is the fact that he knows After Effects and he does these really awesome effects on videos. Like he just cracked at that. But yeah, that's like a whole different learning curve in itself. After Effects.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. One of my boys is like, well, he's not anymore, but he used to be an animator for Rooster Teeth. So he would do like, have you ever watched like death battles?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. There's like this series by Rooster Teeth that are called like death battles, where they just pin like two fictional characters, um, let's say like Superman or like and Goku, for example, right?
Yeah.
And you know they'll like animate the sprites and have them fight and stuff like that. And he was an
Oh,
animator.
I think I know what you're talking about. I do think I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
he was like an animator for them. And dude,
Hmm.
he's like on another level with After Effects and all these
Yeah.
like Premiere and there's Adobe Animate too. Like he's just, it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Adobe Animate. Like there's Adobe has all the like industry standard like products. Photoshop.
Yeah.
Photoshop is just everyone uses Photoshop. So
You know, I learned, I don't think I've ever told anybody this on stream, but I would upload a ton of Minecraft videos when I was like maybe between 12 to 15 years old actually. Like they're all hidden now because they're
yeah.
so embarrassing. But
Hey, I'm the same way. I have a ton of unlisted
yeah.
privated videos that
But
are just
that's how I learned how
embarrassing.
to edit and record and stuff like that
There
just
you
from
go.
that young age. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's how it was. I was uploading like, I probably have like hundreds and hundreds of videos of me playing Minecraft, but they're all just too embarrassing. Little squeaker kid on Minecraft. But
Same way, man. I have like squeaker videos of me that are just privated. So
oh, you know,
one day one day you're gonna have to show at least one of those videos.
yeah, I
You know you're
might,
gonna
dude,
have to.
yeah. Now that I've like
One day.
manifested it, it's over, bro. They're never gonna stop bugging me.
Yeah, yeah.
You
One
know what
day.
I learned though back then? I learned that having too many different series at the same time is like the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad idea. You normally just
Yeah.
want to stick to like one or two things when it comes to like YouTube series stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You're
because
right
back
about that.
then I would watch so many different YouTubers and I'd be like, I want to do what they do. So I'd have like a Tekken series, like a survival series, like Feed the Beast, like Pixelmon, like just
Oh
everything.
man, everything.
Yeah, and it's just like they're only like 2 episode long because I get bored and I just want to play something else. But yeah.
Yep, I understand. It's crazy. Small world, bro. But yeah, I gotta go help my dad with something. He just texted me, and
No worries, bro. It was nice
it's
chatting.
good talking, man. If you ever want to talk again, let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully I helped you out on Maple and you enjoy the game. I
Yes.
know I overloaded you with a ton of shit, but
No, it helped a
it's
lot.
all good.
I'm definitely gonna. I definitely know the order of stuff I should do now. But I have a
Hmm.
long way to go. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, the game's definitely a marathon. Like it's unlike any other game, like very little bit every day and you'll get there.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate the help, man.
All right, likewise. Take it easy.
Yep. You too.